It's your drive home on Hot 103. Folks, looks like that storm is headed right for us. Gonna put some gas in my Furman generator, stop by the ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, and of course, watch Mike's weather page. Y'all stay safe out there.
Trumpets rage, you'll always have the same here. Mike's weather page, Mike's weather page, Mike's weather page, Mike's weather page. Depend, he'll keep you safe, he'll keep it locked. Mike's weather page. I've seen him lose a shoe. I've seen him chase storms there with Hunter and Louis too. But you know he'll keep you straight at 919 there every day. 1 million fans get me wrong and they're here in Mike's weather page.
Let's try it again. Good morning, everybody. One-man band over here, production crew and director. Louis is good for nothing. He doesn't help out very much. I was saying, I don't know what day it is, what time it is. It's dark here. It does not seem like it's 9:19 in the morning. It seems like it's about 6 in the morning because we're getting storms here in Tampa Bay. Can't hear me. I hear you. Loud and clear. All right, what are we looking at here? This is Tropical Storm Brett. We're going to get in all that here in a little while, I promise. That's our tropical system nearing the Lesser Antilles. So I know we got a lot of people watching right there. Stacy from St. Thomas. So yeah, welcome everybody. It's our daily brew. I did not hit the microphone button at the beginning. This is Louie. It's where we come together every morning to chat, talk about the weather. Lots of weather. Always something to talk about in the weather world. Did anybody else wake up to that? I think we had our crack of lightning about thunder. I asked Julie, did you hear the lightning? She goes, no, but I heard the thunder. I'm like, only a weather person's wife would make a weather joke. Did you hear the thunder? But we had one right over our house. It woke everybody up. So I decided to go storm chasing. So I did go storm chasing. Anybody watch me at 3:30 in the morning? I was streaming live at 3:30 in the morning. Got some good video coming in off of the water. So we're going to talk tropics. We do it every day, Monday through Friday. Usually every day, Monday through Friday. Sometimes at night, sometimes on the weekend. We're not going to be live Friday. I got to go out of town. So we'll be live tomorrow. And if there's a storm, then we're live a lot more. But right now things are kind of known what's going on. We'll get into all that. But we love our Daily Brew, and of course we love our ABC folks. I got privileged video sent to me yesterday from ABC. Their 2 commercials for 2023 are put together. You might see it. I know everybody saw the one last year. It was pretty cool. They do a good job. We love them. Just like my Louie. All right, today is the official first day of summer. Let's say bye-bye, Louie. Say bye-bye. Hey, everybody. June 21st. And I remember June 21st because it's my mom's birthday. Mom probably might be watching. We've called Mom before on the show. I'm not going to do it today. We got too much to talk about. But we had a nice dinner last night at Tampa Bay Brewing Company. Love that place. My mom and dad absolutely loved it. They'd never been there before. Had calzone, fish, meatloaf. Oh, calzones are the best. But anyway, happy birthday, Mom. She's 83. Talk to her almost every day. We message each other almost every day. But as you know, if you've been following our page for a long time, I talk about Mom a lot. So Mom was looking good. My brother came, my dad, of course, the girls. So it was a great night. Probably had a little too many, you know what. And the girl said I fell asleep about 8. That's why I woke up at 3. Decided to go storm chasing. Is Emily wearing a Toronto Blue Jays shirt? You know, that's funny because she wears that shirt all the time. It is. Who picked up on that? Julie says she can have a whole Bell store on her floor of shirts. Literally. She has more clothes and she wears this shirt 3 days a week. She loves this Toronto Blue Jays shirt. I don't know why. She loves the Rays. Something about that shirt. This is current radar, by the way. So, thank you everybody for the birthday wishes. Yeah, she's an amazing woman. She put up with me a lot through the years. Now she made it. My biggest fan. Kitchen, good morning. Good morning there, Elaine from Ohio. Thank you, Jennifer. What's up, Miss Mary? Bobo. What's my favorite drink? Ugh. Oh, Shelly's not in a good mood today. That's not good. Shelly, why? Amy. Jose. Brian. What's up? Big booms in Tallahassee. Every day. Big booms. Florida seems like it's nonstop. I posted, if you lived in Florida your whole life, like I have, it's just weird. The weather is weird. Weather is weird. Oh, it's my fault. Oh, well, you know me. Yeah, weather's weird. Weather's weird. And we're having this rain train. It started raining here at our house this is current radar, by the way. And what's fascinating, we got a low pressure system right over Tennessee and Kentucky, way up here. And basically it's spinning in all this moisture the last couple of days. It's incredible watching this thing. We had storms all the way up here in the Outer Banks this morning going on. Not as bad as the ones in waters are a little cooler there. But we have an actual low pressure spinning storms. And I'm really curious about this one here later today. We're going to see if this little line right here sticks together. We already got a severe thunderstorm warning near Tallahassee right now in yellow. A lot of marine warnings down here in west central Florida. I was watching the Skyway webcam this morning. It was intense about 4 in the morning. So we'll keep an eye on that. And let's go to Wendy real quick. You can see what I'm talking about. It's just fascinating to see this. We watched it yesterday. But this is it. It's a low pressure area over top of land. It's a land cane. Look. See the spinny? See this flow of winds? Yesterday, Clearwater Beach had water all the way up to the umbrellas. High tide was around noon yesterday. And I might go out and check it out here in a little bit before my nap. But look at those winds, man. It's a persistent winds. I'm sure they're getting hit pretty hard here off the Outer Banks. Definitely got some winds coming in north of the banks there in the Virginia and Delaware area. But all this right here, pretty fascinating stuff, isn't it? That's what's going on. All right, so here's the site, Mike's Weather page. Hey, don't forget to, by the way, guys, since we're talking local storms, we got a lot of supporters on the page. But we love our friends at Done Right Roofing here. They do a lot for the community. They sponsor a lot here, softball and stuff that we really appreciate. And but because they're in Pinellas, Pasco and Hillsborough, if you unfortunately have any drips, then give them a call. Tell them you're MWP fans. And I'm sure they will take care of you. Because it stinks to have roof leaks out there. I'm telling you. Here's a video from my storm chase earlier. I'm going to turn this one off. But this is where we were at. We're at Dunedin Marina. You can see the water was smashing the seawalls. It was quite intense, man. But it was a good test for my weather station. We were getting good wind readings, lightning. There's more water whipping there. So I got some video I might upload here in a little bit. But that was about 4:30 in the morning this morning at Dunedin Marina, and it was coming in pretty hard. Winds with 40, 50 miles an hour off the coast. I was protected right here. I never got above 20. I think 21 was my max, but I was kind of hiding in the trees a little bit. So, all right, real quick on the storms, and then we're gonna get right into the tropics. Storm prediction center map today. We're seeing storms chances reduce finally, at least for the upper Gulf Coast. Man, they have been taking a pounding since the 1st of June. Seems like every day since June 1st, it's been relentless for the upper Gulf. And we have green today. Storms coming in off of that Gulf of Mexico. This is the dark green, the highlighted area for the southeast. Good news tomorrow. Look. No dark green tomorrow. So that is a good sign. Things are slowing down in the world of weather. This is for Thursday. So you got to like that. All right. So let's sip some coffee and we'll talk about Brett. I have to check. Every time I type Brett, I have to make sure I didn't type Bert. I'm like, man, I'll get all the spell grammar people out there if I put Bert, but it's Brett, not Bert. Katie isn't... Our friend Katie just said hello from the Bahamas. What's up, Mr. Tom? Brian, thanks. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Thanks for riding along, man. So June 1st, 21st. Mr. Joseph Anderson, good morning, sir. Bert. Bert. So Richard Reamer, hey, what's up, buddy? Kiki, what's up? What number coffee? I don't know what day it is because I took the best nap. You know, the best naps are when you dream. I think they call that REM, rapid eye movement. So I took about an hour nap. I got about 6 to 7. I slept with Sarah on the couch with the dogs. I dreamed like a whole week's of dreams in that hour. I couldn't tell reality from a dream. I was so tired, I guess. So this is actually the first cup. What's up, Olivia? All right. So there's our storm. Hurricane hunters are going out today. They are getting closer and closer to the islands. Here's the latest 5 a.m. track update. There'll be a new track update at 11 a.m. Eastern. You know, when I was in Panama, living on Central Daylight Time, I felt kind of guilty because over the years, everything is 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 9:19. But it's not for you guys, especially if you're in Texas. I think Texas is still Central Daylight Time, right? But anyway, there'll be a new one at 11 a.m. Eastern. We'll get a new track update. No changes in thinking. Winds are 60, It's not going to peak to a hurricane. It looks like it might get a little stronger before it hits the islands. So there you go. That's the latest. Still expected shear in the Caribbean as this goes through the weekend. Remember the north side, that's probably going to be the windy side on this little guy. So there's your current kind of wind map. It's still not completely closed off, but you can see the heaviest winds are kind of around the north side. So wherever this thing ends up going, which Barbados is kind of in the path, expect more winds on the north side. Ooh, the Rays are on at noon today. I just got an update on a lineup submitted. Ruby says that Texas is CST. Was it hot, Texas? Texas had like, what, 110, 115? Yeah, I know, Shelly, the missed chat thing. I hate it. I do love the new format, though, but they do not notify YouTubers. You're going to have to set your alarm. I hate it. I don't want to go live early. I guess I could go live early. I don't know. Maybe we can go live early, then I can hit the Facebook button. Maybe we could try that, Shelly, if the YouTubers like it. I could hit live and then like 5 minutes before and then switch over the button. We'll try that tomorrow. We'll try that tomorrow. Yeah, man, it was hot. Yeah. Hey, Chris, what's up, buddy? Chris. Oh, man. John said that the Texas energy companies asked to conserve. Well, let me tell you what. I'm 73 degrees in the house, man. I cannot work any warmer than that. All right, so your big winds are incoming on the top side. So wherever this thing ends up going, the heaviest winds are going to be wrapping around on the north side. Obviously, rain's going to be a big factor. If you look at the key messages, obviously, this gets posted every 5 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Basically talking about risk of flooding, winds, waves, things you'd expect. It's moving along at a good clip, which is good news, which means it's not going to linger around too much. Moving on to 16. It was 21 yesterday. Slowing down a little bit, enabling it a little more chance to develop. So we'll see. Timing of winds. There's a good graphic here on the NHC site. Give you an idea when you might experience tropical storm force winds. Still Thursday morning. So I know a lot of people are watching us down there. Yeah, look at the latest Euro. We can, start doing things like this for our friends down there. We can look at wind gusts, and you're going to start to see who might get what as it approaches. So let's go to Thursday morning. These are gusts. The Euro. Unfortunately, it does look like it's going to go really close to Barbados first. But there's these winds. So Thursday, 4 a.m., they're already going to be whipping out ahead of this thing. These are your trade winds already. Probably already windy there now, but this is Thursday morning tomorrow. And you'll start to see, this Euro wind gusts are always wrong. But, the GFS is pretty strong too, though. But this just gives you an idea. Over the years, I've seen the Euro wind gusts way inaccurate. We'll just go to fixed winds. So these are constant winds. So tomorrow morning, look at Barbados would take a direct pass over there with the eye. There's your big winds. So to the north, those are going to be your heaviest winds. GFS is a little farther to the north. We're not going to care much about the GFS, but it just gives you an idea. If Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands might get much, and you're going to be riding that outside edge Friday morning here. I don't know. I don't think you're going to get much out of this thing. You might get some banding rains maybe, but the core is so tight and going down the middle part of the islands there that it looks like that's where it's going. And the icon pretty similar. So, you're going to get some wind and stuff, but it looks like most of the heavy rains are going to be isolated to the islands, meaning the ones on approach. Let's go to rain and thunder. And this kind of gives you an idea, too, who gets what. So So obviously, Barbados is going to get a lot of it, depending on where the track goes. But there you go. We can see some other stuff here. Let's go to Tropical Tidbits and zoom in on the H Wharf. I know the other one might be. I don't know how the HAFSA is the new replacement. So this is Tropical Tidbits here. Let's take a look at the rain. This is what it could look like on approach. So the H Wharf a little farther north of the Barbados, but here's the rain. Yeah, you might get some up into Puerto Rico, maybe a couple bands. H Wharf track though is wrong. That's the problem. H-Mon's a little farther south, so the H-Mon is definitely might be more realistic on the rains. And it doesn't even show anybody past the islands here as we get. So, yeah, I mean, what you'd expect. Why am I showing 93? I'm like, you gotta go Brett. I keep looking Brett. All right, but it's going to be more of a realistic track, kind of showing you sloppy rain. So that's long range. I mean, this is what everybody's worried about. Where is it going to go? It looks like the same thing. So we're going to use Tropical Tidbits here. There's three things we're looking at. We're looking at number one is Brett. Number two is Invest 93, and then we got a wave coming off of Africa that's definitely showing up. So that's what's next. And I posted it this morning. The Global Tropics Hazards Map was the first time I think they've showed any tropical activity here this year. But if you look at this map right here, this is for June 28th through July 4th. Red is some chance of possible formation. So, whatever. This is wrong a lot too. But that's that new wave coming off of Africa. And that would be a week plus. So that's what we're going to kind of look at right now. So bottom line, islands, yes, still expected Brett to fizzle a little bit. There's still high shear. I'll believe it 100% when I see it. I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't. I just know that with those waters are so hot, just got to keep an eye on it. Anytime you get a seed, any tropical system still spinning, I would always keep my eye on it no matter what, because if it did find a little pocket, a window or something over those warm Western Caribbean waters, and it could maybe spark back up again. But anyway, here's what it looks like. All right, on the big picture, this is the Euro, and there you go. A little more strengthening. Euro said it might get down to 998, 995 before landfall. That would be a possible stronger system. Whether the winds catch up or not. But the Euro is definitely showing a little more deepening of pressure before landfall, close to the middle part of the Lesser Antilles. There's our system behind it, 93. Now, all the models are pretty much expecting 93 to just barely miss the islands. And Euro is pretty much fizzling out Brett. Not Bart. And you can see most of the remnants hang out here in Central America. There's 93, just barely missing the islands. Could get close enough to give some action. If that thing stays weak like we saw with Brett. Why am I having a hard time with the name all of a sudden? Now I got Bert in my mouth. But I'd still be watching it. Timing here is Saturday, Sunday. This is Invest 93. And then we're looking at this blob of moisture back here that could be possibly something trying to get going as we enter the end of June. You can kind of see it right here. And it kind of goes here. So, not a lot of support for the third wave, but there's been a lot of constant support. And the Euro fizzles out whatever's left there in Central America. So, the only that I'm still watching more than anything is this leftover Brett. Here's the icon. This is a great model. This is basically just showing you the icon is great with detections of low pressures. Hey, Becky, thank you for joining our little party thing called the Brew Crew. Sandra calls it Brad. Bobo called it Bert. How about Bubba? So H-Wharf and H-Mon are going away. They got new models that Levi already put on his site. Alberto. Alberto. This is a great. So here's Saturday. Probably this is more like Sunday morning. So here's leftover Brett. Here's Invest 93, and then here's maybe a wave off of Africa. So we'll see. The icon, stops out here. This is the 6Z. It keeps whatever kind of close to the islands here. That's what I'm saying. If 93 takes its time to develop, it could get closer to the northern part of the Lesser Antilles and Virgin Islands, maybe, and even Puerto Rico. So I'd keep my eye on that. But the icon yesterday showed this. Remnants of Brett lingering and possibly pulling upwards. You notice the frontal line here? That would mean there's probably a weakness. So I'm just going to kind of keep that casually open as a sneaky little possibility. Yesterday's 12Z, I forget, was it the overnight Z? One of them did it. Yeah, see there. This was yesterday's overnight run on the icon, and this is a believable possible setup. This would be next Tuesday. Leftover Brett 93 in our new wave. Not a lot of, almost no ensembles showing this possibility, but it makes sense to me to watch that possibility just because of a couple things. One is this: the ocean heat content right now for the Caribbean is hot. So hot, it melted the web server. Let's see if I can do it this way. Nope, it's not loading. Well, anyway, this little colored thing right here, this shows yellows and reds. Their website's not opening today yet, but it's just hot. It's just hot. Here goes Go Bay News 9 water temperatures here. You can see it's 84 consistently. So that's what I'm saying. Be curious to watch if we get any last second redevelopment of Brett, but no models are showing it officially. A couple ensembles on Tropical Tidbits are from the Canadians are showing like a couple of them. This is the scenario that is very far-fetched but believable, that maybe a little shot. So that's all I'm going to mention about that. I just like to talk about things to talk about. Made sense. There's your current radar, by the way. Man, look at these storms just spinning in, man. It's almost like a tropical system hitting Florida. It's a land cane based out of Tennessee. And we got 3 tails right now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, like that. Something like that. It's all spinning around that right now. Look at that. So we're going to keep an eye on this. I'm really going to keep an eye on this little guy right here. We'll see how much pop it can do as it comes back. Atmosphere cooled down a bunch. We'll have to see. It did it in the Panhandle the last 3 weeks now. The atmosphere never ran out of energy, right? So we'll see if that same pattern is shaping up here for the Florida West Coast later today. Hey, look what I got in the mail. My buddy Greg Vincent mailed me this. This is the coolest thing ever. I don't know where to put it, but look at this. A huge, look at this zoom. Watch. That's massive. It's a image of our car at Daytona, our hurricane preparedness machine. So thank you, Greg Vincent, if you're watching. So so let's gotta that's pretty cut and dry what's going on right now. Let's look at the current satellite. Oh, man. There's storms everywhere. But let's look at locally real quick. I know we got everybody kind of curious. That's a lot of lightning out there in the Gulf of Mexico. That appears to be moving. Yesterday's didn't move. Well, it did move. Actually, what I teased last night, the blob, it did make its way ashore. That was what we got this morning. This blob here is moving. So that'll be interesting to watch this out there. But I want to go ahead and zoom in on the Atlantic here. Let's take a look at our systems. So this is weathernerds.org. There's our systems. Let's put them in motion. Zoom a little bit more here. We can really get going on them. There. All right, so we'll just leave this up for a second. All right, there they are. 3 little birds. Blobby. 70 Stokes. I saw some Panama City beach videos on my TikTok feed. A couple of them were kind of interesting. I guess there was a guy out there that was wouldn't get out of the water, and he ran away, and they tackled him. I saw that one on the beach. Sheriff. And then just the waves. I mean, it's been amazing. The beaches up there, what they've been getting with the pounding of the coast. Oh, what's up, Miss Bobby? How's it going? Media blobber. Gee. A lot of tornadoes. All right, so there's our 3 little birds. Bob Marley. So yesterday, here's what happened with Bert a couple of days ago. Bert lost all convection, and a couple mornings ago it came back. Well, that's kind of what happened with 93. 93 looked like it was completely void of all convection yesterday, and it came back. Just showing you how those warm waters help fuel storms. So that's what we got. I'm really curious about this third one. I really thought for sure the NHC would have gave it a circle. Maybe they're going to wait till it's within a 7-day window. But that's a live look at the satellite imagery. So obviously these are bands, and if our storm takes a track due west, some of these bands are going to reach, different parts of the islands down there. So there you go. 93, if you're curious, let's take a look at the spaghetti models on that. These just came out. Here's your 12Z spaghetti models on tropicaltidbits.com. And it's kind of doing, it's going to be close. That trend has been northwest. If it stays weak, it might get a little late start to that pull to the north. And forward speed, speeds up a little bit. The high will block it a little longer. But there's enough models here showing, might get some action first part of the week down in the islands there. So there's your Invest 93 models. It's at 80% this morning. Again, intensity models, I don't like them. A couple of days ago, all the intensity models for Bert were like hurricane. Now they're not. So they bounce around too much. But here's a visible satellite on 93. Looks pretty spinny. It's coming together. It's at 80% this morning. 80% of development into tropical depression, tropical storm. Doesn't mean 80% chance of a hurricane. A lot of servers are slow today. All right. But there you go. 80% this morning. So there you go. There's that. Pop, pop, pop. There, you can hear my dogs down there going to town. That's one of them eating on a bone. 80% chance right there. So that's the current 8 a.m. advisory for that. Yeah. What else can we show you? We did some future radar. Let me do future radar in a second. So the heat's a big story. It ain't going nowhere either, man. I feel terrible. It's awful weather down there, but excessive heat. Look at this. So we got excessive heat already, but the long range day 3 to day 7 showing excessive heat on 623 to 627, And that encompasses all the way to Louisiana, Mississippi. Almost the whole state of Louisiana is going to be in excess of heat here in a few days. 624 to 27, just in time for the weekend. That's not good. That's going to be hot. Heavy rain up north, Herald country. Heavy rain, 23, 24. But there you go. Hot weather is on tap. Let's take a look at some of these temperatures since we're talking hot weather. These heat indexes yesterday were like unbelievably hot. Let's just go straight to the old Euro, and we'll go to the... we'll just lock it into Texas and Louisiana here, and then we'll look at some heat index values coming. So here's today again. Triple digits. Not as bad as yesterday, meaning like only 115 today. Little cool down tomorrow, maybe for some, but long range, that's coming back. There's pockets in Houston again. This is Monday, like 115 plus in Houston area, a little north of Houston. So it's just hot, man. Summer's here. It's June 21st. Do we talk about the heat in June? Do we talk about the heat? Is it kind of silly to talk about it hot when it's summertime? Oh, man, what about the story of the submarine, too, down by the Titanic? Can you believe that one? They're thinking that maybe they might hear them. Hey, John, the term 12Z, that's Zulu time. And I have a little cheat sheet on my site here. If you go to the top right, there is a conversion chart right here. So this is your current UTC time, which is also right here with Zulu time. So there's your Zulu time conversions. So 12Z is technically 8 a.m. Eastern. And it adjusts for daylight savings time. But 12Z is 8 a.m. Eastern. And you can change this page. It's pretty cool. You can change your time zone and a lot of stuff here. I don't know. I just keep it locked to Eastern. Sorry, I'm an Eastern time zone kind of guy. All right, we were going to look at future radar for today. Let's just focus on the southeast. That's where that big spinner is coming. Lots of storms are predicted. 12Z just got done running. So here's that blob out in the Gulf about, this is 2 p.m. Random storms everywhere. Everywhere you look. Random storms everywhere. Here's 4 p.m. More storms everywhere. Just persistent. And it could be the same tomorrow as this thing starts to clear on out of here. Look at that. It gets a little push tomorrow. This is interesting looking, right? Here's tomorrow afternoon, Thursday. Could be the final hurrah tomorrow, but that's interesting. Look at that spin, man. That's the radar. Let's look at total rainfall expected for the next few days. So let's go to NWS. I think they have daily rain, don't they? I think they have total precip. I don't know if we have daily precip though. Daily anomaly temperatures. No, I don't like that one. Let's go. I always get confused. WPC, I think, has total 24 precip. All right. So this is pretty much, this kind of shows you the progression of rains. This is through today into tomorrow. And then here's Thursday into Friday. And here's Saturday. That's kind of what I wanted to show. Is things are definitely less going into the weekend. And look at that. Even Sunday. Is that not awesome? Hey, so listen, when it's Christmas time and you live in the upper Gulf Coast and people want to know what you did during the summer, you can say, well, that 1 week. This might be your only week of sunshine, the way it's been. So the weekend is looking good for everybody. A lot of rain to come today. Here's rain maps. Flooding possible in the yellow areas. Heavy rainfall, and then tomorrow. That's Thursday. Did I click on that one? And that's today. Right, I did that right. And then here's tomorrow. And then Thursday. This is Friday now. A little less. And look at that. Look at Saturday. Zippo. Good for us, man. Emily's got a softball tournament, so selfishly, I'm excited for her. All right, let's look at daily rainfall totals. These are easier than that other map I just showed. So here's the rainfall expected today. Light blue is around 1 inch. So there's some heavy rain expected to impact a lot of folks, especially through Georgia. Look at almost the whole state of Georgia's looking at maybe 1 inch of rain today. South Carolina, so a lot of rain today. Tomorrow, Thursday. Oh man, why did I switch over there? All right, so here's today. Here's tomorrow, Thursday. More the same. You can see that low pressure. Look at that. I mean, look at this. I mean, that's amazing. Actually, I wonder if that's a jet stream. Let's look at that here in a second. Here's Thursday. Friday, a little less, still panhandle. But look at the reduction here. Friday, and then watch, here comes Saturday. Drum roll. Sunday, almost nothing. Look at ready. Boo! So things are slowing down through the weekend. You can never say it ain't gonna rain living in the summer in the southeast, because you got things in place. But anyway, that at least is a good sign that we're going to have things slow down a little bit, because man, everybody is absolutely sick of it. All right, little MJO sliding over here. Look at this. This is your MJO map. It's interesting. So blue is kind of enhanced MJO. This is coming into the area that, you know, if we were to have something coming across, which the Global Tropics Hazards map showing there could be a little more favorable conditions if it entered the Caribbean. That's coming a week plus. Again, here's a big map. There's this is Brett. This is Invest 93, and then here's a new wave off of Africa that's kind of, some models are picking up on it. So 1, 2, 3, that's what we're watching. Unheard of for this time of year. There is dust out there. Here, let's go to our My Fox Hurricane page. So there is some dry air. Usually dry air is pretty thick this time of year. That's pretty thick. That's a lot of dust. That's incredible. A lot of dust. So we're actually going to get dust all the way into the Bahamas here by Friday. Wow. That's a lot of dust. I haven't been paying attention to that. That's a lot. Let's take a look here at the progression of that. So yeah, we might get some of it touching South Florida by the weekend. Look at that. It means the skies are going to be orange. Usually we get the dust, you get pretty sunsets. And sometimes when it's hot out, the sky is like milky looking, like you're in Mars. Not red. I've never been to Mars. I don't know. But kind of milky brownish. Hard to explain, but the sun isn't as bright because the dust actually kind of acts like it's sunglasses a little bit. So we could have some dust. 24th, that would be the weekend, right? Friday, Saturday. Interesting. Cool. There you go. What do you think about that? Somebody just said hi from Alaska. What's it like up there in Alaska? Why are you watching all the way from Alaska? What time is it in Alaska right now? Is it Alicia? Well, that's cool. Good to see you from Alaska. Yeah, Pat, let's look at the jet stream. That's what I was starting to do, and I got sidetracked. Imagine that. So let's see. I got a few graphics here. This one's not too bad. This is on Weather Underground. This kind of tells you the jet stream forecast. Kind of hard to see on that one. I have another one, jet stream animation. This is cool, man. You turn the Earth around, turn it upside down. So you're getting a little weak pattern here. You can see it here. The upper jet is to the north. You can look at it other ways. We can actually go to Knowles School here. You can look at it on Tropical Tidbits too, but just go to 250 here and you can see the upper level winds. And that is indeed what's happening here. This is your upper level winds. There's your true jet stream to the north. This is hard to see, but this is the outline of the coast, California. And here's Florida down here. So, but this really shows that dip that we've been talking about that's fueling these rains. Look, this is upper level winds around that low. I mean, it's kind of unheard of to have a low pressure over land that's spinning on all levels. Here's 500 millibar, 850. I mean, it's a tropical wannabe. Look at that. It's incredible. 250. So there it is. That is awesome footage right here. That's a painting. But let's close some windows out here before I lose everything. But again, let's go back to that rain map. It's incredible here. The rain map shows that exact pattern of that jet stream. Isn't that awesome? So the rains today are definitely following that upper level winds. Classic, man. And there are some storms. I think I read storm. I think Reed's going out west, do a little storm chasing. Here's your storm outlook for today. Tornadoes, yeah, a little spot. Now, those are your flyover states. I know on my think a geography lesson, the three corners of the 5%. Jason Aldean has a song called The Flyover States, and it is so true, man. Everybody flies over these states. Obviously, I just clicked Colorado, but I was trying to get the 5% going. What we do FEMA areas, maybe not really there. I was trying to get more of a zoomed in. Oh, this is a different region. Kind of weird with those lines. I don't like that one. Well, let's just go national. All right. So here is your... Oh, no, you can't go to that page. All right. So today, hail. Boom. Hail in the hatched area. Hail in Texas, Oklahoma. There's your flyover states. Licia's from Gatlinburg. Licia's from 6:04 a.m. That's not too bad. Is it hot up there? Sometimes these global tropics hazards maps show Alaska. So you got high winds in the south part, heavy rain. I wonder why they don't include Hawaii on here. But they have Alaska. So normal, I think it must be normal. Heavy rain on the south side though. 624 to 626. Probably have a Pacific low coming in, I would assume. Let's zoom in on that area and see. I think I'm going to take Sarah storm chasing today because Julie's working. Yeah, there's one popping up. 624 to 626, and there you can see it coming up. This is a low pressure area. 989. That's a pretty decent little low pressure area for y'all. So here's white 624, 626 for our friend from Alaska. Got a little system coming up, 625, 626 right there. There's the bottom of Alaska. So you can see it, little low pressure coming up. That'll bring some winds. There's your winds. Winds incoming. This would be Saturday. Then looks like Sunday's the big wind day right there. Boom, 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 boom. We should make it boom. Make a TikTok. Bow, bow. All right. Ho! Flyover state. All I know is Colorado. I'll be honest. Rick Taylor, thanks, buddy. There's really not too much to talk about. We did talk to the jet stream a little bit. Yeah, my favorite spot is Gatlinburg. I don't know why it is, but I go up there all the time. What's up, Chris? Got the little smiley face there. Oh, Rainforest Island. That's pretty cool to know. Elizabeth wants to know what you missed. A whole lot of nothing. Got a lot of rain incoming today to your neck of the woods. It says you live in Brandon. I scroll over your little face thing there and it showed me. Tennessee. Bobo, I cannot wait to go to the Outer Banks. Yes, 100% I'll be driving up there. I got a buddy, Ricky Kernoodle, that lives up that way. Carolina Beach. He says it's not the OBX. It's south of the OBX. But I still say Outer Banks, and he gets mad at me. I did have a cool story. I think I just posted it. This is great. Pinellas County Sheriff's Office officer today. So this is almost 3:45 in the morning when Shelly was probably cussing me out because I was going live. I just knew there's so many sheriffs on the road that early in the morning, Pinellas County. I'm like, I'm gonna get pulled over. I know it. So I pulled into the marina and here comes a SUV. So I rolled the window down and he probably saw 14 monitors, cameras and lights but he was a fan of our page. He's like, "Hey Mike, I knew it was you." He turned around and he chased us down and we talked a long time. It was really, really cool. So it was really neat to talk to him. Felt kind of honored that he knew the page and followed us. So that was pretty neat. Pretty cool little story. Then the storms came. They're rocking pretty good. So we got a new advisory coming out pretty soon. We'll see what that's all about. Remember, there'll be no Daily Brew on Friday. I'm going to be in Gainesville, Newberry, hitting up my ABC, my favorite. It's an old store up there, actually. Not a newer store, but it's an older store. But, latest spaghetti. Most every model showing this thing fizzling out. We'll see. But, we'll see. I still wonder, some of the long-range shear. Let's look at some of the long-range shear forecasts for that area. So let's go down the Caribbean. I don't think it's going to let me do it. I had to stick on this map right here. So some of your shear mean. So your shear mean. So let's look ahead. Here's tomorrow. Let's go to Friday. So yeah, still incoming northwest shear. Nothing's changed. Friday, that's 30, 40 knots is pretty significant. Saturday, it's not the worst. It's like 40, 30s and 40s. It's Saturday. Not terrible. Anomaly. See that? I shared this the other day in our Daily Brew. I don't think I did it yesterday, maybe Monday. But there's your anomaly map on your shear, and you can see, Sunday, it's going to be below normal for this time of year. So these are always questions I have. How much modeling uses history, and anomalies are going to be lower than normal. These are your trade winds that normally. This is your upper level winds. Trade winds come in on the bottom side. But yeah, it's be fascinating to see what kind of winds we get. The overall shear pattern here, you click on 250 to 850 or 200 to 850. And that's 6Z. Go to 00Z and we can look at here. And it's strong. Not ideal. So the wind shear is definitely northwest wind shear. Still expected over the weekend. And that typically... So what happens is your storm might still be structured very well on the lower end, bottom level, like lower level. Like we'll just use two of my toys. So here's your lower level winds and your upper level winds, or upper level structure of a storm. So here's your storm, stacked. Well, your lower level winds start outracing your upper level winds because your upper level winds get blown away from these strong shear coming in. So what happens is, there was a storm I think called Chris, but the upper level winds blown away, and all you're left with is a naked swirl, they call it, on the lower level end. Then it becomes void of all convection. So the lower level winds push this, the upper level winds push this, and we have a unstacked storm. So your upper level winds definitely tear apart storm structure. So anyway, yeah, Robert Cohen, I know that's what he tells me. He gets so mad at me when I talk about the Outer Banks, and I'm like, hey, what's up, my buddy from the Outer Banks? Anyway, all right, we'll chit chat for a few more minutes here. We'd like to go an hour. Hey, I'm going to share the YouTube video from Furman. Furman put together a really, I've had a lot of interviews over the years and papers and stuff, but man, they did. Gavin from Furman put together the most raw, behind the scenes look at Mike's Weather page. I shared it already, but I'll share it again. I forgot I shared it. Might have been after a few beers. I know, Shelly. I just told myself I did it already, but I'll do it again because a lot of people might not have saw it. Anyway, how many people got Fisher Price in their Google ads now? Because I mentioned Fisher Price. That'd be a good experiment. So anyway, anybody else got anything you want me to show you? Anything? We'll be live tomorrow. Hurricane hunters are going out today, so we'll get some updated on the storm. Got some flood maps. So look at this. Remember I showed you Georgia and South Carolina? We got some flood warnings, potential flash flood watch. See, I got screwed up on the watch warning thing. These are flash flood watches, but that's a big area from that low. So there's a lot of folks here in upper Florida, Georgia, Carolinas that could be under some flooding rains today. Still foggy up north. Anybody in Wisconsin and Minnesota, Michigan there a little bit, and Illinois? Foggy still from that heat. And there's our Texas heat and the bright pink. Those are heat advisories. We actually have winter stuff going on out west still. Look at that. Frost advisory. Freeze warning in purple. So Nevada's got freeze warnings going on. I always thought Nevada was hot. There's Hawaii. Hawaii. All right, what else can we talk about? Froggy up north. Outer Banks, Chris says, yeah, and my daughter loves that show, and I guess it probably wasn't even filmed there, right? John's going to go storm chasing. Where you at, Johnny Weaver? Maybe we'll cross path. Thank you, Robert Cohen, for the mention of the video there. Appreciate that. Tronzo Bit. Yeah, why not? We're trying to build up our channels here a little bit. I have to do a little TikTok here in a second. Give everybody an update. All right, well, had a ton of new Brew Crew subscribers. Thank you so much. Shelly works hard on welcoming everybody. It's mainly just the bottom line of the Brew Crew is number one is, supporting the page and what we do. So that's number one. And you get perks. So appreciate that. Don't forget our cruise coming up. I guess I got to put the graphic over here because we're getting to the point where everybody starts thinking that. So, third annual cruise coming up. Got to talk about it. The most fun of the year for me. I absolutely love it. Didn't know what to expect year 1, year 2. Last year was I just had so much fun. It was a little shorter than the first one, so we went back to a 6-night cruise with Royal Caribbean. Got some great rates. Going all the way to Labadee, the DR. We're going to Bahamas. 2 days at sea. A lot of fun stuff planned. A lot of interaction. A lot of hanging out. A lot of partying with fellow MWPs. And yeah, it's family friendly. So if you haven't heard about it and you love cruising, we would love to see you on that. And we love Royal Caribbean. We're so happy. And we have some of the stuff we're going to do. Kim Shipley's the contact. She's amazing. Totally hands-on. We'll get any question you could possibly have. She will help you out. It'll be your dream vacation. You don't even have to hang out with us. Mom and Dad just sent me a picture. What's this all about? Oh, Dad baked me a cake. My mom's birthday today. So let's see what the cake my dad made my mom a cake. My dad's 85 years old. Had 3 Jack and Coke with me last night and a gin. He hung pretty good. Mom drove home. And Julie drove home. Julie doesn't drink. Come on, cake. Loading up here. I'm going to show everybody your cake. It's up to 63%. I'm curious the cake that my dad made for my mom today. Okay, let's see. Let's open it now. It's trying. Come on. There we go. Open file. Here we go. Oh, that is a great picture of Mom. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Dear old Mom. That is an awesome picture. My dad did that for her today. Man, that is so cool. Pretty awesome. So I messaged Mom the other day. I said, "Hey, are you gonna message me from heaven so I can have somebody to talk to?" And she, with her funny humor, said she'll probably be in the other place. Yeah, I think we do have a hotel. We will do something at that hotel, Tom. It won't be a hugely event. We're just going to hang out there. We're going to do all the meet and greets, hand out the swag. Jason is going to do karaoke from Furman for us. If Furman helps sponsor it and always gives away the most amazing swag to everybody. Last year was a really nice beach towel. But he's also a heck of a karaoke singer. You wouldn't think that. But thank you, everybody, for the mom. Oh, there's Jason. You sneaky. I can't talk about you or Greg because you might be listening. Oh. All right. Well, keep your internet open. I might be out there today storm chasing because it looks like we might have. I want to catch a water spout, not like catch a water spout. I want to film a water spout. I've never been that close to one. But it looks like this line out there is trying to make itself in later. I just don't know if it's going to actually make it or not. And we got a little bit of shear in the atmosphere rolling in. This is, 3, 4 o'clock. There's 4 or 5 o'clock tonight. So, this line that's out there right now in the Gulf, let's take a really cool look at it here. I'm going to show you a secret. If you go down here to Goes East, click on Goes East, click on the Gulf, go to Geo Color and check this out. This is lightning with high definition satellite. So that's what we had. Here's daylight. So here's the next line setting up. This is what everybody woke up to today. Like, what the hell is that? But here's what we got coming. This stuff right here. And we can also see it on Weather Nerds And this is what I'll be watching closely today. This little guy right here. And keep an eye on that blob of storms. So it's going to have to take some daytime heating today. We're going to have to get some breaks in the rain to build up the atmosphere. There could be some dry air maybe attached to this that might enable... see, there is some dry air. This is your precipitable water map. Water vapor map. This is dry air. So there could be a little bit of daytime heating that would allow a little more storms today. Let's see what the middle levels look like right now. Here's the current look. So there's a little dry air. That might just enable enough instability today to maybe build up some storms. So we'll see about that. Maybe. But we do have big winds rolling in. You know what? I'm going to check out high tide. We're going to go check out maybe these tides today. Tides are above normal a little bit. So let's type in go to Dunedin. So high tide today is 148. It's a high tide, 3 foot. So with these winds, if you're living along the coast here, we got persistent winds here again from that low pressure area. Here's your surface winds meeting up to it. So lots of winds rolling in. So early afternoon, you know, we could see possibly some coastal flooding maybe later this afternoon. The moon chart, which is down here, moon. Oh, see, we're not at a we're at a waxing crescent moon. Next full moon is July 3rd. It's a buck moon. What the heck does that mean? Every full moon's got a story. July is the buck moon. Remember Buck on oh God, what was that little guy's? Buck Rogers. What was that little robot's name on Buck Rogers? He used to make that weird noise. All right, you know, what was the robot on Buck Rogers? Kiki, yeah, there should have been a notification on the app. Yes. Make sure you have notifications on. I don't know how that stuff works. I get them, so I know that they work. The app, the last notification that went out was June 19th. So there was what you should have got June 19th. I did another one on the 17th and the 15th and the 9th and the 2nd. So yeah, you should have got one. It said Tropical Depression 3 forms, new system following behind. So thanks to all the new app people. It crashed my app company. I wish I could make it totally free. The website's free on there, and my YouTube. The website most people go to, and that you can access everything. Tropical Tidbits. A lot of people use it exclusively for the app through the web. Use the web through the app. But then, you know, everything else, a few bucks because they charge a lot. So buck moon coming. All right, well, there you go. Zoom Earth. Let's look at that real quick. Zoom Earth is a great site to look at things. You can track the storms and see where it's at. There's Brett, 60 miles an hour, expected to be 65 miles an hour nearing the islands. Thursday, 2 p.m. But remember, effects are way ahead of the storm. So don't, you know, I actually made that mistake first couple storm chases. I think I would know better. I was focused on, like, let's say I was driving to St. Lucia. I don't know if the bridge is open, but I would think, oh, Thursday, 2 p.m., I'll get there in the morning, right? 10, 11 o'clock. thinking that it's still 3 hours away. Well, no. The winds are already there 8, 9 o'clock in the morning because of the storm. So you got to always think, and that's where the NHC added this new graphic this year, which is really, not this year, a couple years ago, but this graphic right here is great because it tells you the likelihood of when you're going to start experiencing tropical storm force winds. And they actually have the most likely 8 p.m. But early is reasonable is where you got to pay attention to, because those are the squall lines. You start getting squall lines way ahead of a system, and that's where you have to realize that the storm might be over here, but the effects are going to be felt as early as tomorrow morning. And then we'll watch the gradual weakening that's expected if this thing does indeed get tore apart with wind shear. Wind shear map right now, I don't think we showed it yet. I looked at it this morning. I don't know if we showed it yet or not. But there's your wind shear. You know, got shear to the north, obviously. Those are that shear. But, yeah, it's under a little green and a little yellow right now. I mean, it's not the worst scenario. There's a little pocket of weakening shear around it. It's what happens here in the deep Caribbean that they're thinking it's going to get chopped up. So that's that. There's your latest 12Z models. Just came out while we went live, and you can see the general thinking. So the only wild speculation is if this thing got weak, you know, got pulled up. I mean, none of the models are showing it, but, you know, there is a weakness coming down first part of next week. I'm going to be curious about that. I didn't post it yet. I'm not going to post it yet. We talked about it. Talking about it's different than posting about it. I did post it in the Brew Crew yesterday, but that'll just kind of be what I'm watching, mainly because I'm curious about how hot the water is. All right. Well, I rambled on a lot. Thank you, Lisa Reed. Cool beans. Cool. All right. I need coffee too, Shelly. Yeah, Bobby, I agree. I just think the wind shear is expected to be strong enough that they're expecting, you know, was it Chris? There was a storm that the wind shear completely blew it apart, and we had lower level winds outracing upper level winds. Upper level winds came in from the west, and there you go. So we'll see. All right. Well, we will be live tomorrow for sure. No live Friday, but we will do I'll do a TikTok update here in a second, and probably stream a little bit this afternoon. I'm going to keep an eye on that golf. If that looks like it's holding together, then we'll see you live in the Storm Chaser. All right. Thank you, Mr. Jim. Appreciate that. All right, everybody. Have a great day.